Assalamualaikum and good morning to Miss Angela. My name is Admirol Haqimie bin FAUZI. I'm from BTESL. Today I will present to you my project for the survey, which is the code switching among society for students. So this is the table of content for my project. We have introduction, sample question, literature review, methodology, data analysis, and conclusion. So for the first one, which is introduction. So I'm choosing topic code switching. Code switching can be defined as the use of more than one language simultaneously in conversation. So basically, I can explain to you about example, which is if I'm speaking in Malay and there are some of my friends come to me and speak in English, so I can respond it fast and continue to speak in English language with them and continue the conversation. So next we can see that there was so many language that we can talk about during conversation, and it is not just in one language. We know that there are so many variable language around the world nowadays. So next is the sample question. So this is the sample question. Sample question about the topic, which is code switching code. This is the sample question. About 32 respondents, and we just decide by. Next is literature review based from the article and also the survey. I find three different articles based from the topic, which is the first one is factors of code switching among bilingual international students in Malaysia. So it can relate that we as nowadays we as a student have to use code switching as to talk and also communicate with other people, such it is important nowadays. So second, which is second article, language code switching practice and primary function of Facebook among university students. So basically Facebook is social media. So social media nowadays are using so many variable language, so that we have to use code switching so that we can also know and learn about their in social media. And for the last article, which is a preliminary study of teacher code switching in secondary English and science in Malaysia. So since I'm learning in bachelor in teaching English as second language, we must know that code switching not also for the student, and it also for the teacher or also the future teacher, so that code switching we just have to not only use in one language, so not only in one language but also in many type of language, so that basically teacher have to respond it well, although it has so many variable language. So next is methodology. So based from the survey, I'm using research method is quantitative method, which is from data that has been in data collection, which is Google form. So the question I have 10 questions with 32 respondents. It is exclude from the one section from instrument. For the instrument, we have two sections. I exclude one section, which is about information such like name, university, and cost. And the second section, which is about 10 questions based from the topic. So this is the sample of the methodology, sample of information. So based from the first is name. We have so many different type of name of the student. So second is the university of the student, which student or also the respondent. There is has some 32 of the respondent, and also the cost. There are so many variable of cost from this respondent. So we moving on to data analysis. So data, I have shown two of the example question based from data analysis. For the first question, which is based from question previous, based from this is the second question. Choose another language that you frequently use nowadays. So based from the first question, which is what language do you learn as first to communicate with each other? So the second question is you have to choose another language that you nowadays use. So basically it is about 68.8% use English as the another language that they have to speak and communicate with each other. And then 28.1 choosing Bahasa Melayu, and then another S is Indian. So basically, what can I conclude through the pie chart? Basically, English is mostly using as the second language, which is because of nowadays we have to speak English because English is a nationwide language that can be understood through whole world, whole, our whole world. So next question is for the future. How can you manage to help other people who is lacking in using switching code? So I have state three of different type of answers. So the respondent have to choose what they think can be the perfect for them. So the majority of them choosing speak the comfortable language and try to use another language to attract them. So basically about 53.1% choosing speak the comfortable language because of since the people who are lacking in using switching code are not really suitable with the other language. So we have to speak in their language first, and slowly, but it will be slowly to help them, but also will become successful in the future. And the second mostly by most majority, which is boost their confidence, since it also might be maybe the people who is lacking are introvert person or scared to asking for help. So we have to boost. We as a people have to try to attract with them by boost their confidence, such like adapt, try to living by their environment so that he can attract with us, so that we can help them by using the switching codes. And lastly, the list, which is 21.9, try to adapt the environment. So because it also maybe because the people who are living maybe living by family as also using by only one language, so that they cannot communicate in another language, because he just live with their environment, and it is hard for them to learn. So it will take a few of time to try to adapt with them. Okay, next is So for the conclusion, nowadays switching code will be something that will become a daily routine to communicate with each other. It is correct because switching code it has become an important part because it not only in Malaysia but also in worldwide that we have to speak about our work, our what we like, such as we talk to with people other country from the other country, so that we have to use the switching code so that we can react spontaneously in a perfect way. So lastly, we can see through worldwide what switching code can give to the world and what can we achieve, so that we are not wasting time doing it. So it is because nowadays switching code is very uh very improvised and giving many advantage to through other people, as we can see what can we do now, such like if we going to travel to other country, we we can use this switching code as our advantage to speak with other people if we have any problem, or also we can get friend from there. So I think that's all from me, based from this based on the survey by the topic, switching code by society for the student. So thank you, Miss.